Day 7, first meal of the day, meal number 1. Now join with me for a moment in rethinking or reframing what a meal actually is. So how do you think of a meal? Right? Most people think of it as the food that we eat would form a meal. But let's for a moment consider that a meal is just simply what we are ingesting that supports our body and our mind in living our lives well. What we bring into us that we then utilize within our body, but also our mind to then be able to move about the world and bring forth what we have to offer and what we have to share and what we have to say, what we have to do. It's just like a cycle. That a meal is a kind of a breathing in of something and involved in a cycle then of a letting go or sharing of something. So at a most fundamental level, the meal that we are ingesting is we're breathing in the atmosphere around us, oxygen, and we're breathing out toxins, we're breathing out carbon dioxide, we're breathing out the result of the work of our body. Trees and plants around us are breathing in the carbon dioxide as their meal, along with sunlight and water coming and nutrients coming up from the ground. All the nutrients and the little trace elements, those little factors in the earth coming up into the tree. The sun, so the trees in meal is this nutrients coming up through the roots, sunlight absorbed in through the leaves, and the carbon dioxide that we are breathing out that is absorbed in as a meal. So our carbon dioxide, the sunlight, the nutrients from the earth, let's say those are the three aspects of the meal that a tree is ingesting. And then the tree is giving off oxygen, giving off the color of its leaves and its texture of its bark. And there's a flow, a cycle. We are ingesting the oxygen. Thank you, trees, bushes, tiny blades of grass, everything green that's growing. Thank you very much. We're ingesting and we're breathing out. This is a meal that we are ingesting, and we are in a giving and receiving and a cycle all the time. We're breathing in and out. This is our most fundamental meal, aside from how we are feeding ourselves with our thought, our capacity to think. This is our most fundamental receiving and giving that we're involved in, that is integral in the life that we are living. So for this morning, day 7, meal number 1 is breathing in and being grateful, and breathing out and just choosing to be in a place of ease and gratitude, feeling that sense of satisfaction in the out-breath, and the breathing in, just appreciating really all the trees and the plants all around us. It's not some like mumbo jumbo yoga tree hugging thing. It's like, oh, let's go hug Let's go hug a tree. Right? It's not kind of, it's real. We're in this give and take, this relationship with all of nature. We are part of nature. We are interconnected. We are interdependent. No trees, no plants. No tree, no we. Because there's a we, you and me, there is a tree. Okay, we're in this flow, an interconnected, interdependent flow. This is our first meal. So I'm sitting on my meditation cushion. You could just fold the pillow in half, sit on it, or you could just sit in a chair. You could lie down on the ground. My nose has gotten a little runny. You could walk one tiny step. It is a little bit, I'm going to say it's simpler to just sit, bring ourselves to a nice posture, like a kind of really a sturdy posture with a good base. Ross, come back over here. We're in the studio, right? Got our lab. I have to do a little video and show you what this is like. And sometimes Rasa, she hears a little sound and she wants to protect our space for us. Rasa, we're okay. Come over here. We're really good. Just have a seat. And a lot of times what happens is the creatures, they love meditation. Let me show you Rasa here. She'll get like right in my lap. And the cat comes this morning when I